Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now in today's video, I'm going to try and be as fair as I can, in as much as I'm not trying to be callous or anything like that. After all, by reading this headline here, you know, this is sad subject matter. But at the end of the day, I have to be fair. And this appears to be, and I know this article, which is from the Mirror, which is a tabloid rag here in the UK. But this article has been designed to lay blame at the gaming industry for, when you read the information within, to me, clearly looks like parental neglect. Again. And I know they're going through a hard time, but it's always nice to try and find blame when it should, at least in portion, be centered around your own negligence. So what I'm trying to say is, not trying to be a dick, but I might come across as one to some people. And if that's the way you feel, hey, you know, let your opinions known. It's there in the comment section. You go for it. But call a spade, you know me. And this is one of those times. So let's get into it, shall we? Teenage gaming addict passes from stroke caused by all-night sessions at computer. So the headline itself, twice over. Teenage, we got gaming addict and caused by all-night sessions at computer. So twice in this one sentence. Gaming bad, gaming bad. Parents of 17-year-old want the tragedy to warn others that computer gaming can be deadly. Or parental neglect could be in this case. So, a teenager has passed from a stroke believed to have been caused by all-night computer gaming sessions. So, immediately after the sensationalism of computing bad, gaming bad, gaming bad, gaming bad, gaming bad. We don't know for sure why he had a stroke, but we think it's because great journalism. Top journalism. And I do mean that in the most sarcastic way possible. And this is why we call this tabloid trash here in the UK. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his name. I'm just going to refer to him as the kid. The kid, who is just 17, would stay up all night playing multiplayer battle games on his PC during school holidays. His parents now want to warn others about the dangers of gaming addiction. Well, let's just break this down, okay? This is a kid who is 17 living at home. What that means is you are under parental supervision. And if they believed that he was addicted to gaming, why did they do nothing? As a parent, it is your job to protect your family, to protect your children. And regardless of how inconvenient it may be to the child, if you deem something harmful, if you perceive something to be harmful to your child, you remove it from the equation, or you monitor it and supervise it, and therefore it can be at least dealt with under a manner that you are happy with. So if you are believing that your son, daughter, let's just go broader for a second, is indeed addicted to gaming, why on earth do you allow them to have the facilities available for them at all times? I've said this many, many times indeed. If kids are abusing the rules of the household, if kids are abusing you, all this kind of stuff, you take away their toys. That is how you punish them. You're abusing the gaming system, you take it away, limit it. If you thought they're addicted to gaming, take that PC out of their room. They are underage. They are not an adult. They are a child. Your protection. Put it in the front room. Say if you want to use it, you can use it between the hours of 6 and 9. I'm using this as an example, folks. Wear headphones so you don't distract other people in the house while we're watching the TV or whatever. And at least then you know what's going on. And at the end of the night, if you don't trust them, if you believe that they may still sneak on, then you unplug the routers and you take them into your own bedroom and you put them in the cupboard and you go to sleep and then you set it back up in the morning. It takes 2 seconds. These aren't difficult things to do. And if anyone out there is saying to themselves, oh, it's a bit of a faff, no longer with us. A bit of a faff or somebody's life, future. I know which one I'd choose. And some of you may think I'm being a bit of a hard ass, but we hear these constant horror stories when it comes to kids and gambling and kids and building up debt through their parents' credit cards and all this kind of stuff because they don't understand, because the kids. And that's why parents have to be aware of these things. It's a wonderful thing to have a bond of trust with your child. It's a wonderful thing to think that they are wonderful and great and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you give us an inch and we'll take a mile. I know I did as a kid. I think plenty of others did as well. Were we being malevolent? No. We were testing the boundaries, as kids do. And if you for one moment thought they were truly addicted to gaming, why did you allow this? Now, another thing that's really bizarre as we continue this, they said on top of his all-night sessions, he would draw the curtains at his home in Udon, in northern Thailand, and continue playing. I imagine they're talking about the curtains in a bedroom during the daytime. Again, this is not good behaviour. The father went to the bedroom on Monday afternoon and found his son collapsed from the computer chair. Decided to take a photograph. The kid's been removed. Just decided to take a... For whatever reason, the father, an Air Force officer, said he tried to revive his son, but they'd already passed. There was a pile of takeaway boxes on the desk and a fizzy drink bottle at his feet. We see the takeaway boxes there. Again, you're the parent. You're the parent, they're the underage child. You're the one who lays the rules of the household. He said, I called his name and said, wake up, but he didn't respond. I could see that it was passed. Medics who examined the body yesterday afternoon said the teenager had passed from a stroke, which they believe was caused by playing the computer constantly through the night. I guess, I think obviously further details would have to be taken. They will, 17 years of age, they'll have to be an autopsy. Have to be. So it's again, it's presumptuous before true medical evidence can be brought forward. But still, you have allowed this behaviour to continue under your own roof. Father admitted that his son was a gaming addict and warned other parents not to allow their children to become hooked on games. So the father again says that he was a gaming addict, but we did nothing. We, as parents, did nothing. And for people who say, well, they might have done they might have done, and nothing happened. The article would say, we tried to do this, we tried to do that. But as I've said in the past as well, I don't buy that as an excuse from a parent. Oh, I can't get my kid off the Xbox. Yes, you can. You walk in his room, you're ripping out the fucking door. You're the parent. You're ripping out the wall, you take it off, and you throw it in the bin or you lock it away. And when they buck up and when their attitude changes and when their behaviour changes, then maybe you'll give them the opportunity to play a little bit, again, in a supervised fashion. If you want to monitor their usage. If you believe that's harmful, monitor it. He said, my son was smart and always did great at school, but he had a major problem with gaming addiction, which, again, you appear to have been very negligent on. I tried to warn him about his relentless long hours playing games, and he promised to reduce. If you're constantly trying to warn them, you have to take affirmative action. Probably not the best two words to put together, but it's true. You have to take action. Actions speak louder than words. Again, it's one of those sayings which has been here for 100... So you can't just say, well, I tried to tell him a few times, and he said he'd changed, but he didn't. If he's not doing anything, and you're not showing any degree that you want to follow through on your advice or threats, or whichever way you decide to communicate, they're going to continue to do it. Always. I want my son's passing to be an example and warning for parents whose children are game addicts. They need to be more strict on their children's playing hours, otherwise they could end up like my son. And this is where I'm not trying to be callous here, and this is going to sound dickish, but hindsight is 20/20. And unfortunately, lost a son. And then the body was taken away. So, a very tragic case, a very sad case here. But again, very much misrepresented. When you can't keep your house in order. And look at the kid. I mean, I don't think, considering the dad's in the army, I don't think this is going to be too difficult to control. You know? And it's just very, very sad indeed. But let's put it at the feet of gaming, shall we? Let's just blame gaming, because it's easier to blame something else when it's your own fault. Parents, stop blaming gaming for your bad parenting. So I hope you enjoyed it. Wow, that's not the way to finish I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.